This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
Welcome to this week's edition of World Crisis Radio. This is Webster Tarpley speaking to you from Washington, D.C. A series of big events coming now just in the last day or two. We will be talking on the domestic front about the fact that according to the International Monetary Fund, China has definitively passed the United States as the world's biggest economy, according to the so-called PPP price standard. China has now passed the U.S., and that is a strategic earthquake. And my answer to that is, don't let it stand. Give them a run for their money. It's called a peace race. Launch a peace race of production, science, engineering, progress, standards of living, and we'll see who will dominate the economy of the world. The only way you can do that here is kick out the ruling class, fire the ruling class, fire Wall Street, get rid of them. They're incompetent. They are fools. They have dilapidated a tremendous advantage that they inherited from the better days, right? Kick out every libertarian, kick out every monetarist, every Austrian, and every Keynesian, too. They're all just as bad. Get rid of them. Get back to the American system. Now, concerning the American system, I had talked tentatively about scheduling a course in the political economy of the American system here in Washington, D.C. for approximately the middle of the current month of December 2014. We find out, however, that the wonderful monopolistic airline system has kept airline fares so high, and the interest in outlying areas was quite lively. It will be impossible to schedule this course for the month of December. So we're now looking at mid-January, and when I say mid-January, that could turn out to be the weekend right before the Martin Luther King holiday. That is at least one tentative, I stress tentative, idea is the 16th, 17th, and 18th of January 2015. Please don't buy tickets quite yet. I don't want to give you a steer. We're going to try to work on this and see if we can solve the logistics, which we're now having to tackle for a second time after quite a number of the best prospects to come here couldn't make it. So I'm sorry about any inconvenience. And I would like to thank the quite numerous people who have sent in their requests to be kept on the mailing list, and you will be. And that is by going to tarpley.net, where, of course, you go every day anyway. Tarpley.net, you go into the Speakers Bureau, and you open up the contact feature there and send me an email. Easy to do. So we need to fire the U.S. ruling class. We need to push aside the Wall Street ruling class and replace that with something better. I hesitate to call it a new ruling class, but that would certainly be one way to look at it. In other words, a new elite of service, of merit and of service. Merit alone is not enough. It's got to then be dedicated towards service. There is no reason for this country to be relegated to the status of something like a washed-up European power, right? And a Weltmachtruine. You don't want to become a Weltmachtruine. You don't want to become the wreckage of a former world power. That's not good. And it's also not good for these things to happen in such a precipitous way. So, peace race with China, peace race with all. No more aggression. Kick out the Wall Street elite. kick out the bankrupt, rotten, cretinous ruling class of the United States and replace that with something better. And we know what's better. We know the program that will do it. So that's certainly number one. Now, and we'll get back to this. The overarching question, though, right now is this huge strategic emergency, which is now becoming clear. In the last 36 hours, we've had a fierce attack by Islamist militants in the capital of Chechnya, and about 20 are dead. These are Islamist suicide bombers, and this event was timed to coincide with the State of Russia, State of the Nation address, which Putin was holding then in the Kremlin. So this, you could see a big building in the center of town was seized. It was shot to pieces, burning, damaged buildings all over the place, and so forth. So it is a huge challenge, and as we'll see, it's the third in the course of the last year. I urge you to get out your copy of Obama, the Postmodern Coup, The Making of a Manchurian Candidate, 2008, by yours truly. Go to tarpley.net and order it immediately. In here we find the story of Ilyas Akhmadov, the ambassador of the Chechen terrorist organization, which had him as essentially an ambassador here in the United States, thanks to the tender care of Zbigniew Brzezinski and others. And, of course, we remember that in the Boston bombing, Uncle Ruslan was married to the daughter of Graham Fuller of the CIA, presumably one of the handlers of people coming from that neck of the woods. Just last year, we had Doku Umarov, Chechen terrorist leader, killed. And remember that his predecessor, as the boss of this entire thing, Basayev, was one of the most notorious CIA agents anywhere in the world. So I'm saying this because if you're reading this from the Russian point of view, when you see Islamist crazies attacking in Chechnya, you think right away, CIA, MI6. And indeed, sure enough, let's see what Putin had to say about this in that speech that did go on, right? The show did go on. So let's just see a few things about this. He says, he's talking about the policy of containment. Let me go back to this. Putin says, concerning sanctions, economic sanctions are not just a kind of ad hoc or knee-jerk reaction on behalf of the United States, responding to the coup in Ukraine or the Crimean Spring, which was an answer to that. Putin says, I'm sure that if the Ukrainian events had never happened, if none of that had ever happened, the U.S. and the West would have come up with some other excuse to try to contain Russia's growing credibilities, affect our country in some way, or take advantage of it. The policy of containment was not invented yesterday. Remember, it was George Kennan, the pro-Nazi group in the State Department, that launched it back in 1947 and 1948. I'm adding that. Policy of containment not new, carried out against Russia for many years, for decades, perhaps centuries. In short, whenever someone thinks that Russia has become too strong or too independent, these tools are quickly put into use. However, says Putin, talking to Russia from a position of force is an exercise in futility, and that applies even when Russia was crippled by domestic hardships, as in the 90s and early 2000s. And now we get to the part about Chechnya, which indicates the gravity of the current strategic crisis. And we'll get to that in our next segment here on World Crisis Radio for the 5th of December, St. Nicholas Day on Saturday. Back in a minute.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals you'll need in an emergency. So the Freeze Dry Guys 3 square meal unit sale is just the ticket. A variety pack of tasty, nourishing breakfast, lunch, and dinner on sale now. Breakfast is Freeze Dry Guys' favorite. Hot oatmeal and sweet dehydrated bananas. Lunch is Mountain House freeze-dried hot macaroni and cheese and crisp green beans. And dinner is Mountain House long grain wild rice pilaf and hearty beef stew, vegetables, and gravy. Call Freeze Dry Guy and ask for details on the 126 serving 3 square meals unit. One case normally $164.37, sale price at only $138.90. Save over $25. Get 2 or 3 cases and save even more. Or ask about Freeze Dry Guy's Fall Chili Special. Always free shipping to the lower 48 states. Call 866-404-3663 or click freezedryguy.com. And hurry, the Fall Chili Special and 3 square meals unit are on sale while supplies last. From the Freeze Dry Guy, the finest freeze-dried and dehydrated foods available for long-term storage, period.
Adam Miller here with Midas Resources. Today, December 1st, 2014, gold opened at $11.95.40. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $12.39.50, $6.19.75 for a half ounce, or $3.09.88 for a quarter ounce. That's $12.39.50, $6.19.75, and $3.09.88.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? Wait a sec. Gold and silver is going up while Congress is trying to settle on the next debt increase. And there's no end to this madness. That old 401k and IRA can be converted into physical gold without tax consequences. I explained this in my book, 10 Reasons to Buy Gold. Don't let time slip away. Call for your free copy today, 800-686-2237. Get away from that Washington spin and get honest answers about gold. 800-686-2237. The book is free, 800-686-2237.
Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
You're listening to GCN, proudly sponsored by UnseenNow.com. Lock down your digital life at UnseenNow.com. This is GCN.
Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. We're taping on the afternoon of Friday, December 5th, but the program will be broadcast on Saturday, December 6th, and that's St. Nicholas from what is now Turkey. So we're always getting back to the Middle East.